In this video, I will show you how you can use a WebRTC API to display the outputs from multiple webcam in your browser. So the output would look like this. You're going to launch a browser, a Node.js app on your browser, and you can show the streaming of your webcam on your screen in the browser. So there are a couple of video cams connected to my laptop. One is the external logic webcam that is pointing to my keyboard where I take notes and demonstrate to my user. And second one is the built-in camera, which is currently pointing to my closet. Okay. So this app and this doesn't require any plugin because it's going to use the WebRTC API. So what is WebRTC API? So WebRTC stands for Web Real-Time Communication. It allows you to use a JavaScript to share your media files with other users without requiring any plugin. So this is a high-level overview. So here you can see there are two users who are using the browser on their machine. Initially, in order to communicate, we have to communicate through server just to establish initial communication with the other users. So you definitely need a server app for that. But once the communication is established, the sharing of the files, which will include video, audio, or even data files like chat communication, entirely happens between the two users, right? That doesn't have to go through the servers. So this is called a peer-to-peer communication, wherein most of the sharing of the files, which includes video, audio, and chat, can happen through dedicated channels between the two users. Okay, so this is very powerful. So and it doesn't require any plugin. So let's look at the actual code. So I have a very simple Node.js app where I have a folder called WebRTC. Inside this folder, I have, let's look at the package.json file, which requires some dependencies like Express and EJS. Express is basically a web server, and EJS is the embedded JavaScript that allows me to embed my JavaScript within an HTML. Okay? So I just have a couple of dependencies, and then I have a server.js file which just has a code that is good enough for running a web server for us, right? So the code is very simple. We just get a reference to the Express, which is a JavaScript package that allows us to run web server. Then you get a reference to your app, Express app, and then you just say where your static files are, like JavaScript and CSS. I have very simple static file, CSS file, and then uh, for a default path, which is basically what you want to just do. So I'm just saying you just render index.js file where bulk of our code is there. Right? So let's look at the index.js file where our bulk of code is there. It's a very simple HTML5 document where we have one drop down that selects the video source, right? So I will also show you what I mean by that by comparing the actual show output. So you can see the drop down here. Here, right? It shows two video sources. That is what this select is all about. And the video tag is HTML5 tag, which allows us to stream the video to your browser. And that is this tag where the video is being displayed, right? Yeah. So what we do is we first define those two tags, and then we have a function called start stream, which actually gets the active camera and starts streaming that output into the video tag. So here is some code for that. First, we select which source has been selected from this drop down, right? It could be my Mac's built-in camera or my external camera that I have attached, right? So we need to first get a reference to that. And then we use this WebRTC method to actually specify how we want to display video and audio. In this particular case, I'm just saying I'm interested in video and some parameters like what should be its maximum width and maximum height. And then some of the optional parameters wherein I'm saying the source ID where the video should come from is this video source, which is a selected value in the drop down, right? And I'm saying for the moment I don't care about audio, but if you want audio, you can just set this to true. Now, what I'm saying is first get a reference to this selected device, and then stream that video from the device into this particular video tag that I have in my HTML, right? My video is nothing but a reference to this video tag in HTML, which is there's only one tag. And then I'm saying stream this selected camera output into this video tag. And I'm just saying display my class, I'm just showing a grayscale output, not a color output, but you could also disable to see uh, what is the color output. I will run it and show you that we don't need a grayscale output for this. And then you play the output, right? And in case of any error, you just display the errors. So this is the method that is used for streaming the output. Now there are a few more things we need to do. We need to also, first of all, populate this dropdown with all devices available on your system, right? And that is where this code is. You get a reference to the select box, and then what you do is use another method called navigator.mediaDevices.enumerate devices, which basically enumerates through all the cameras connected to your devices, also audio devices. And then what do you want to do with it? So this method basically enumerates through all the devices that you have, and then for each device it basically creates an option inside the select box, and it puts in that ID of the device into that value, right? And then we are saying we are just inserting the video input. We are just going to add only video devices to this drop down here, right? So we are saying only if the device is of type video input, you just display the text here and the value as text here and the value also inside this drop down. So in order to see the value, you can just see video source, and you can see you don't see the values here. You will have to go to the browser's developer tools, and you can see it there probably. Yeah, you can see the device ID here inside the value and the text. This is what we are populating by using this code. Okay, and then this is that function which is basically appending. Uh, this function is just a duplicate function. You don't need to worry about it. This is this function getting used. That's the code is all about, right? And you are saying uh, once the video source drop down is selected, you just restring your output, right? Because we want whenever the web camera is changed, we want the video to be streamed. That's how the function works. That's how the code works. It's very simple. And we have commented one line, right, where we want to display the color output. So I'm going to save this file and then run this file from the command line so that you can see this in action. So in order to just run this command, I'm just going to terminate current node.js app, and I'm just going to run node server. I'm just going to refresh the output. Hopefully the color will display. As you can see, the output is now color output. I'm also going to display the other camera output. Yep, this is also color output. So as you can see, you can use a simple WebRTC API to display the camera output on your browser. You could also do this by having a multiple video tag, and you can display simultaneously both camera outputs in both of them. Right? Yep, that's how WebRTC works. Thanks and bye.